Hey there, Kelly Menk, Executive Director of BNI Maine. This week, I want to talk about a conversation that I just had and a conversation that I have quite often. And it's when somebody asks me, Hey, Kelly, okay, everything aside, how'd you grow your business? How'd you get your businesses to where they are today? And I have the same answer. I've had the same answer for years. Outside of hard work and all the general answers that any entrepreneur is going to give you, my answers are strategy, culture, and relationships. And what does that mean? You have to have a strategy on how you want to grow your business, and there has to be a why behind that strategy. My strategy was purely through referrals, which is why BNI worked really well for us. My strategy and the why behind my strategy is I wanted people talking about our company. And when I went to BNI, I knew my strategy going into every single meeting. I knew what I was educating my members on. I took every meeting so seriously. I was prepared. I knew what I was saying. I knew who I was asking for a specific referral. If you were ever in a chapter with me, I rarely showed up not having a specific referral request or knowing exactly what I was talking about because my strategy to grow my business was through referrals. Culture. What do you want the general belief and feel of your team in your office? What do you want that to look like to your clients, to your prospects, on your website, on your social media? What kind of culture are you setting into place? Culture was probably the most important thing to me. I always said it doesn't matter what's happening right there at the moment. It doesn't matter if somebody made a mistake. We're all human. We do it. It doesn't matter if something got messed up. All that matters is how we handle that situation. How do we move forward? How do we make sure it doesn't happen again? And that's the culture that we put into place. So when somebody did make a mistake, they weren't necessarily scared to own it. They wanted to learn from it. When something did go wrong, which it's inevitable, something's going to go wrong. It happens. We didn't necessarily, you know, kill what was going wrong and go over it again and again and again and talk about all the what ifs. We talked about how do we make it not happen again? What can we do to learn from this? And lastly, relationships. Obviously, that goes hand in hand with BNI, but it happened for me way before BNI. Everything in my life has been about the people around me, the relationships that I have, the people I can trust, who I really, get that close with, and keeping it, in all honesty, fairly small, right? Like, I want to have those trusted people that I can call in the middle of the night if there's a problem. And where do those people come from? Who's out talking about me and who's out talking about me better than I could ever talk about myself? What kind of relationships do you have? How are your members out talking about you? That's so important. How are your employees out talking about you? What kind of relationships do you have with your clients, your customers, your vendors, your mail person, your UPS guy? This goes so wide. You can just keep going and going. How do you treat the person who was a server at the restaurant last night? The relationships that you set into place not only are for that specific situation, but you never know when you're going to run into someone. You never know how important someone is going to be to you down the road. So, how do you grow a business? How do you get to that level of success, whatever you're looking for? In my world, my answer is always the same. What's your strategy? How's your culture? And are you building the relationships? That's what I have for you today. I hope you have a fantastic week and happy networking.